For today's cup of coffee with Scream, I am flying solo today because we've had a loss and one of our kitties had to be euthanized. And so youngest kid, he doesn't take things like this very well. And we've had quite a bit because we have had so many pets over the years, and we ended up being the haven for animals that have some kind of problems. And the one that had to be euthanized was Kiska. And he's had health issues. He came to us with some severe health issues. The vets never could figure out what was wrong with him. Nothing that they ever treated him for was effective for very long. And we're actually surprised he, had lasted as long as he did. And it just got to the point to where he had to be euthanized. And it's always a hard thing to make those decisions. It's a harder thing when you know that it's going to affect a family member, because some of these that are younger don't deal with death well. And some of us that are older need to remember not to be callous. And I'm one of these that just life experiences, it can harden you over the years. When you go through so much loss, so much grief, and sometimes it's even hard to talk about it, because when you grow up farming and different things like that, that gives you a different perspective on life and death and that whole cycle than some of these kids that did not grow up doing those things. And youngest kid is one that did not grow up farming. And so when something like this happens, even though that it was not unexpected, I mean, honestly, we thought that the kitty would die weeks ago, and he kept hanging on, and then it got to where something had to be done, and I had to make that call. And that's hard. It's always hard to make that call. But this was just, like I said, it was, you cannot allow an animal to continue to suffer. Or I will not allow an animal to continue to suffer. And there was nothing that could be done. And that's true of a lot of different things in life. So, like I said, just to remember that those that are younger, they haven't had some of the life experiences as those of us that are older. And to be patient with them. And don't chide them because that they haven't had those experiences. Just try to lead them, guide them, let them have their grief. Like I said, just try to give them space to ask them what it is that they need. And sometimes they don't know. And this is just, it's been a hard season. It really, really has. And especially for the water signs, this is just sort of adding insult to injury. Yeah, just say a prayer for him. Say a prayer for the family. Say a prayer for our nation and our world, because we've got so many people that are hurting out there. So many people that have never been taught how to deal with difficult emotions properly. There are some of them that can't handle those emotions, and we don't know all the reasons why. And so just to be kind and be patient. And I will say that youngest kid, because that Kiska had so many health issues over the years, and youngest kid was kinder and more patient with that animal than anybody else would have been. I mean, he truly was. He took pains with that animal. And I think that there was a part of him that faults himself because he couldn't fix it. And it's like there are situations that nobody can fix. And like I said, death, there are worse things than death. And to see something suffering, or, to get to that point to where I don't understand why some of the animals just refuse. Like I said, I won't go into details, but it had to be done. It was bad. Yeah, just prayers. But that kid was more patient with that kitty. The kitty stank. I mean, he did since forever, since he came here. And they had said that he had stomatitis, which is as far as the teeth needing to be extracted and stuff like that. Well, we've had other kitties that they said that, and they did not have that odor. And the vets over the years never were able to figure it out, or never, he would be on antibiotics for a while. It never resolved itself. So we have no clue what we have been dealing with for all these years. But like I said, the kid called him Crusty Boy. And so he's taking it kind of hard today. So just please remember him in prayer. And this is a bitter cup. And it happens from time to time. So just prayers for our family, if you would, please. You can find us on BitChute, Rumble, YouTube. I'm over there on X, and it's Warlinda, COCWS. I actually post quite a bit over there. Not necessarily I repost things and make comments on them. Every now and then I'll have original post. So anyhow, never put off until tomorrow telling someone or something that you love it. Because we don't have the promise of tomorrow. Whether that's a pet, whether that's a person, anything like that. Let today be the day that you express to someone or something that they are loved. Anyhow, you all are loved. Treat other people the way you would like to be treated. And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup. Bye.